back again here with Jabari. Welcome, sir.
Hey man, how's it going?
Good. We have a rematch tonight from our low bracket. The finalists, Oh Dude versus Soxs, going up against one another here yet again. And promises quite the rematch.
Yep, I mean, we know from the finals of the first bracket that these guys are well matched. If it was me making the bracket and I saw that these guys got paired again, I probably would have scrambled their seeds, but I'm still happy to see them face off in a rematch nonetheless.
Ah, well, the problem with seeding tournaments, randomness doesn't apply. But it'll work out all the same. These two know each other quite well already, which honestly to me adds to the intrigue. And kind of a shame it's only a best of 3 in my. But the draft, the maps on the screen for you. Arabia in the middle there, and then Yo-Yo Dude has selected a Monkey Arena, and then Soxs has chosen Banano Grounds. Civilizations for Yo-Yo Dude will be Italians, Berbers, Turks, and Huns. Soxs has selected Aztecs, Mongols, Chinese, and Burgundians. Should be a very interesting set between the two. Quite a bit of history already, too. So, I, for one, am excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, both players have a huge variety of civs in their drafts. I can't really say that either of them shown like a preference for one style of play. We definitely have the full spectrum of maps here, with Arena being the most closed and then Banano Grounds being the most open. Let's see what they got.
Yeah, I will hear you in chat saying he doesn't know who to vote for or root for. Yeah, I can understand that. These two are going to go at it here in just a second. But big shout outs to them. Like I said, they both made it to the finals of the low Elo bracket, and now here they are facing off in round 1 for them of the mid bracket. Good to have both of them along. Ride. Sorry, shall we?
Yep, ready when you are.
Right, I am at 5 seconds.
Count it down.
3, 2, 1, go. Alright, the rematch we have here, and it is Soxs in the gray with the Chinese. Then we have Yo-Yo Dude in yellow with the Berbers. Going to be a fun matchup. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like we've seen this matchup before between these two.
Sox definitely went Chinese in the first game of the finals. I believe Yo-Yo also went Berbers. I guess Sox feels like, even though he lost this exact matchup before, he wants to run it back. Thinks the Chinese have what it takes to beat Berbers, and I think that conventional like Civ power rankings would agree that Chinese definitely do have the tools for this.
For sure. I mean, Chinese, highly regarded among the pro scene as probably the #1 feed for Arabia maps, I still believe. But we'll have to find out. Yo-Yo Dude with Berbers here. We've seen him use Berbers before. Was quite effective here. Soxs pushed finals to 6 games last set, so again, like I said, it feels like kind of a shame we only have a best of 3 between these two today.
I mean, I would love to actually have longer rounds at the start, but it would just be too much total casting, too many total games. I'm sure that because we have best of 3s, probably some great players are just going to get eliminated wrongfully because they have a couple bad games. But, you know, you got to make some compromises.
Yeah, absolutely. Both players fairly identical times here. Soxs with that little bit of idle time at the beginning with the Chinese start. A little bit more difficult, but build your count. He still is ahead by what I believe is about a half vil or so. And into push in the deer are both players right now.
Yep, and I see that Sox is still dropping that house at the very start of the game. That is unnecessary as Chinese. I'm pretty sure the pro build doesn't include that, but he's got his own style. I'm not going to question him.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe 7th Villager is supposed to be one to build the house in both high level. But we have seen him use the civilization before, and he has had success with it in these tournaments. Unfortunately, I believe he did build this second house here on the berries that was supposed to be a mill. Maybe it was not by accident. Maybe he didn't have. A little bit rough, but he will be just fine getting his 4th Vil out there. Already pushed in Huntables, I believe.
Yeah. And I will heal you in chat saying he thinks Ethiopians will be good here. Ethiopians is just not getting any love this tournament. I don't know if I can recall seeing the Civ played once.
I mean, I agree with analysis that I heard during KOTD. There's only a few players in the world that can play Ethiopians as they should be played, I feel like. And Ethiopians, a good Civ, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I think there's a lot of better civs, the lower elo ranges that make sense. Chinese is honestly kind of surprised for me to see. I mean, a great civilization, no doubt, but that build, man, gotta be on top of it here.
Yeah, but you know what? I actually think Soxs has this one. I recall in the finals of the low elo bracket, he went for a few scouts at the start of Feudal Age, which kind of did absolutely nothing and kind of set him back in a way that might have spilled into his eventual loss. I feel like if he does his normal thing here, goes archers, presumably mixes in camels to fight off the knights that Yo-Yo is going to bring, I think Soxs is going to be able to perform better than we saw last time.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. We do have the Drush headed forward here with the monkey, and it is a Drush. In fact, he's not going to be up for this one. Soxs, though, pretty safe. Haven't talked too much about the map. Soxs does have his main gold, fairly good position. Berries, obviously, in the back. Stones forward. His other gold's on the opposite side of this hill here, so we'll have to pay attention to that. And just to check the scouting really quickly, Yo-Yo Dude not 100% sure where his opponent is, so this will delay his uptime. Soxs should be able to click up any moment here and see where we're at. But Vils moving forward here, quite a few of them probably going out for a second lumber camp. Yeah, there they go. Behind this, probably another 2 to 3 Vils, and then he'll probably click up somewhere around there. But it's quite unfortunate for Yo-Yo Dude here. Just missing the house here. You can see in this fog of war the difference here.
Yeah, it seems like it's a little bit of a hole in Yo-Yo's game. He doesn't scout early enough, and he's being punished for it right now. His Drush is just kind of exploring the wilderness, and it's probably going to be way late. There's a chance that it's going to arrive even so late that archers will already be present to defend it.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, he's completely in the wrong direction. He has a wolf over here, going to take some HP off of one of these militia already. Yo-Yo Dude will click up after this Vil. It is already clicked, but a little bit of a rough beginning here, and we're going to have Feudal Age 2.5 minutes before, almost, or 2 minutes before. It's going to be quite a bit of time for damage to potentially come in here.
Yep, and these small walls from Soxs really show that he's going hardcore here. That's the kind of thing that a lot of players just won't bother to do in ranked games, or if they're, not trying their absolute hardest. But when they're really feeling like they got to turn it up, they expend that APM for the small walls. Kind of completely counters all scouts and militia and men-at-arms. I think it's definitely a good move.
Yeah, and he's going to have his wood upgrade already. He's got a Vil headed forward. Don't sure what that is for. A house, potentially. And with stable is up. No scouts being produced just yet, but yes, Kados, they did. Unfortunately, the seeding has drawn them together for the first round of this one, and the rematch is here. I have been highly anticipating this one. Very excited to see it, honestly. Oh.
Yeah. Oh man, I was gonna say a little luck for Yo-Yo wandering in on the one resource that Soxs didn't pre-wall, but getting peppered by the TC there, it looks like these militia might be too weak to take out a build, though the monkey could tip the balance.
Yeah, and nice little gate here. He's gonna be able to. He deletes it. He's gonna get these Vils back on wood though. House is in danger, but should have scouts on the field. Yeah, looks like we already have one produced. Monkey did go down here for that went down. How unfortunate for Soxs there, but it's still going to be fine. Buying himself the time he needs to get the scout numbers out. Should be in a good position. Nonetheless, this is finally doing something. This Drush has finally decided to do something, put some pressure on. And actually, the scouts are going forward, so not even worried about these back home here at the moment.
Yep, definitely smart to send the scouts forward. Every second they're delayed, their chance of getting damage lessens. I'm kind of surprised he's going for scouts again here since it didn't work out so well last time. Maybe he's banking on Yo-Yo, assuming that he'll mix it up and not being prepared for this, while Yo-Yo, on the other hand, is actually quite prepared with small walls of his own and a spear out.
Yeah, and honestly, he's got a good castle timing potentially coming here. Does need some gold, but otherwise, Soxs. We haven't checked Soxs scouting yet, and we have to see what that looks like. He does know where the opponent is, but has yet to head forward here.
Definitely of note is Yo-Yo's stone mine here. He is tearing up that stone like he wants to build a castle right away. Honestly, I I don't know why he's so keen on it. I don't think that camel archers are an especially good unit in this matchup. So yeah, definitely going for something out of the box here, Yo-Yo.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure, and archery range coming behind this for Soxs. Honestly, it's a fine thing to go scouts to archers here. A lot of vills exposed back here, though. No spear in sight at the moment, so villagers will go down here. One already. Trying to get this other one here, but all in all, this is good idle time, and taking out one vill. Very solid.
Yep, definitely good damage. And yeah, Kaido suggested he might be looking to drop a castle on Sox's face. I'm thinking that, yeah, he's actually just selling it. If you look, his golds are also terrible. He might just be taking this stone as a proxy for the gold, and maybe he's just going to castle to secure his own gold because, yeah, Yo-Yo has a serious gold security problem here with this map.
Yeah, no
It's
doubt.
actually like the worst gold generation imaginable.
Yeah, there's been a few really rough gens on the map, but this is definitely the worst one that we have seen. Soxs is going to be able to be at home here. Yo-Yo Dude is going to move out, it looks like, to probably take the main gold. Guessing he'll drop a lumber camp there. He has the resources to actually click Castle Age first, but not too far behind, and with archers already in production here out of 2 stables. Going to be a very nice position for him. Scouts got 1 vill, but ultimately have not done any more than that. At OTC time for both players, very close. Soxs getting his farming upgrade now. One thing for Yo-Yo Dude, not a single economy upgrade just yet, so he will be a little bit worse off for that, as the archers are now out and about. Not going to clean the ones up at home, just the one militia. He's going to send these forward, and not necessarily a bad play. He's seen spears. He's seen the base. See what he goes for here.
Soxs has definitely made use of the Chinese eco bonus. I know he's much later to click up, but I think that he's also just flat up maybe 3-ish vills ahead. So with eco upgrades plus a vill lead, Soxs is definitely looking much better in the economy department.
Yeah, he clicks up. He was able to click up there. Needed to get that, and as thank you for the raid, Otter. Appreciate it. Hope your stream went well. Hope your tournament's going well. Rematch here, coming in from the finals of the first bracket. Villagers and archers will clean up the last militia and the monkey here. But there are archers forward, and there have been some defensive skirmishers made. So these archers are in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, very nice defense by Yo-Yo here, just completely canceling out these archers with his skirms. Pretty odd call for Yo-Yo to get archer armor before fletching as well, but in this case, the skirms are doing such a good job, I can't really argue with it.
Yeah, he's already picked off 1 vill. Will pick off 2. Blocking this third, actually, these archers might actually get another vill. This is great value for Soxs here, as this will give him quite the villager advantage. Villagers are going to have to move out to a gold, most likely, and I'm guessing this will be for a town center, but, you know, he doesn't have the wood.
Be a castle man. He is going for the castle on Sox's face. He's doing like an arena-style castle drop here, it looks.
Oh, if this is spotted, this will be very devastating here. I have a janitor on the field. First time. Love it. Janitor is actually a interesting choice. Rather expensive, but mobile and good against Archer, right? So, see it.
In this case, it's actually appropriate, so perhaps it's not a misclick, as janitors often are.
And the villagers are definitely coming very far forward here. I personally don't think I'm going to like this castle spot, though.
Yeah,
So much idle time.
This entire region is not especially good for castle drops. I mean, there is like a position at which he could place it where it would range both golds or both stones, but that would put it at the bottom of a cliff. Looks like he's just kind of going for the smack center of the map, being very indecisive here.
Yeah, and now the crossbow army is headed forward, and if this is located, this could be a quick game one, but the archers have stopped. They're not moving forward just yet. Oh, yeah, maybe I spoke too soon.
Even if this gets denied, Yo-Yo is not going to call this early. No way. Especially after winning the finals against Soxs, I bet he feels like he's the better player. It would definitely be a setback to get this castle denied, but by no means is it the end of the game.
Yeah, it's going to be denied, and nope, the GG comes in. The GG comes in. Yo-Yo Dude going down one game here. Soxs with the castle denial here. Going to take game number one. Soxs gets revenge with the Chinese over the Berbers here. Very quick game one.
Almost a bit of a snap GG and a best of three. I mean, even if things are going poorly, it's pretty standard to just play it out so that, like, you know, you're having some opportunity to at least get some good gameplay in. If you feel like things are just falling apart for you and you call an early GG, you're carrying such bad momentum into the rest of the set.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a tilted moment here for him, not being a huge fan of his map position, getting the damage in early as Soxo and then denying the castle. He will be victorious. Very quick game one, though. I'm honestly surprised. Especially, I said so many times in the first bracket that Soxs is a boomer. And Soxs has really come out of that boomer. Oh my. Game two will be on the home map for Yo-Yo Dude. Nonetheless, let me pull that back up for us. So take a quick look at Civilization Draft. Civs. So Berbers go down here to the Chinese, and we will have a home map, which apologies, here we go. This is the correct set, will be Arena, Monkey Arena, that we head to next. And Yo-Yo Dude is going to have to try to take this game and push game 3 if he wants his tournament life to survive here.
I mean, I think Yo-Yo is heavily favored in this game too, but Banano Grounds feels like a very bad map for Yo-Yo. So of course he does still need to take this one down. It's not a given, but I have faith that Yo-Yo will be able to bring this to 3.
Yeah, well, we will find out in just a moment, guys. We are loading up the game now, and I am ready when you are at 5 seconds, sir.
Let's count it down.
3, 2, go. All you, Jabari.
Cool. So, yep, we have yet another Yo-Yo game on Arena. Yo-Yo going for Turks, as he always does. I think this is the third time we've seen him play Turks Arena between these two tournaments, and every time he has deviated from his bread and butter fast imp. In this case, you know, he's up against Soxs as the Aztecs. As a Turks Arena player myself, Aztecs is a pretty nice matchup to see. Of all the options that Aztecs have, monks are the only ones that give you any sort of scare, and Turks have, civ bonuses for their light cav, which are the counter to monks. So yeah, Aztecs are kind of forced into something that Turks have a nice natural counter for. Also, Janissaries in decent numbers can do well against monks until they get up to those huge HP numbers. In this kind of matchup, I think the thing that a player as Aztecs needs to do is just try to be very fast to the monks in siege and not let Turks get to any real number of hussars or any sort of forward castle or anything like that. Fast Imp is kind of off the table though against Aztecs because the monks with redemption and everything have a real easy time converting the bombard cannons, which are kind of like the absolute strongest part of the Fast Imp. So Yo-Yo is again probably going to need to adapt and not be able to just lean on his practiced Fast Imp build.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting situation. Like you pointed out, a lot of things are going for the Turks in this moment. Aztec monk being one of the best monks in the game with that extra HP per thing or per upgrade. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they do get a full monk tech tree.
They have an absolutely full monk tech tree. And Juicy, I believe the on-screen chat is missing from your stream.
We will remedy quickly. But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they go about this one. I think we are good. Let me throw a test in there. Are good there. But yeah, Turks, a civilization that Yo-Yo Dude has favored, and have seen this many times now from him. Be curious if he can pull this off. Soxs actually defeated him the previous set on Arena, so Soxs probably full of confidence after game one here. We'll have to be careful though. Turks very dangerous, especially if it is going to be a fast imp play.
Yeah, Fast Imp with some Hussar mixed in, assuming Soxs is fielding monks, is maybe the thing to go for here as Yo-Yo. I mean, I say that largely because I know the Fast Imp is Yo-Yo's specialty. So of all the strategic options, that's probably the one which he could execute the best. And yeah, maybe you'll be scared to mix in bombard cannons if there's some high HP redemption monks in the mix. But hand cannons with hussars and then just, one or two bombard cannons once you know it's safe to bring them in should be able to deal with Aztecs well.
Yeah, and I think we saw Yo-Yo Dude kind of falter the last time these two played. Kind of indecisive potentially with his build last time, so we'll see where it takes him this time if he follows through with it or not. Forget the Civ matchup. I know it was
Italians. It was Italians, and Yo-Yo lost one to the board. Plus, had just a raw 30 seconds of Dark Age TC idle time. But you know what? He's played so many tournament games at this point. Maybe the jitters are gone, and his boar loss days are over.
Yeah, I mean, happens to everyone at some points, but especially when you're feeling a bit nervous. So, see if he has it a little bit cleaned up here.
And he's clean so far. Neither player showing really any indications of what strategy they're going for. Clean builds by both, though. As I say that, I see Soxs racking up some TC idle time right now.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate there. Thank you for the follow, Black Rose. Appreciate it. As far as the relic situation, it's fairly down the center for these relics, but definitely leaning more in the favor of Yo-Yo Dude here. Aztecs do get that lovely bonus with those relics, so it is going to be very important for Yo-Yo Dude to secure these. I feel like he is going fast imp though. A good chance that he doesn't get any of them. See if that pays any effect into the game. Obviously, thinking much more down the line, but
Yep, I believe his fast imp build is something like 30 Vils click, and then when he's in Castle Age, he does build a monastery and a siege workshop. But by that point, I would expect Soxs to have a huge head start on the relics. If he is actually going for the fast imp, which with this many vills being sent to gold, he's probably going for. It's unlikely that he'll make a single military unit until he clicks Imperial. So there's a good chance he's actually just surrendering the relics here to the Aztec player, which, I mean, is generally quite bad, but if the game is short enough, the relics don't really yield that much gold.
Yeah, and both players are going to be up to the feudal age about the same time. I'm guessing we're going to see some eagles potentially for map control if he is going relics as far as Soxs' situation. Turks. I don't know.
Again, yeah, Yo-Yo. I'm sorry, talk over you, but yeah, 25 up from Yo-Yo. This does not look like anything I've ever seen him do before. Maybe he just wants to boom and just fight it straight up, knowing that Turks can fight decently against Aztecs and Imp. Nothing fancy, no clown strats.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens here as we don't have a barracks even down for Yo-Yo Dude. It will be a market. Guessing you'll see a blacksmith next, and there we go. So he will be going up to castle. Behind this, it is market blacksmith as well. Economy looking pretty good for both players. A little bit more wood for Yo-Yo Dude at the moment. Should be clicking up both here relatively soon. See what the situation looked like after that, but I've never been a fan of the Turks' play here in the early game on Arena. I'm not one to sit back and try to get up to Imperial Age quickly. I'm not familiar with the build enough to feel comfortable with it myself, so see if he can pull it off, if that is in fact what he's going for. He's dropping a lot of farms here. No military buildings whatsoever. Did click up first. Soxs should be pretty close behind, though.
If this is a 25 feudal age click fast imp, then he's going to set some sort of world record here. This is not going to work without excessive idle time or something like that. I'm actually assuming he's planning to go TCs here and opt out of the fast imp. Of course, it's possible that he's like changing his mind midway and does end up just like idling for the fast imp. But at this point, it would surprise me greatly to see that.
For sure, and Castle Age is now coming here for Soxs. He did make an Eagle Scout, and he has one in the queue. Both players still have their monkeys around. So not even a single casualty yet in the game. Kados in chat referring to the relics making a big difference long term, which I totally agree, but with Aztecs, I believe that even in the short term, with their civilization bonus, it could make a difference. But obviously, the longer it goes, the better for the relics. Alright. Castle Age is in for Yo-Yo Dude. Few villagers queued, no other buildings coming down here. Just producing vills at the moment.
Possible that this is the incredibly fast imp. It's definitely a break from his usual build, but the lack of any action at the start of Castle Age kind of suggests he's doing it. I bet he's also waiting to sell his stone, since selling the stone would signal to Soxs potentially that he's doing it. Yeah, Yo-Yo loves these mind games, man. He loves to make the opponent think he's going fast imp and not go for it. And honestly, Soxs, saw that Yo-Yo's up faster than him. There's just no way that you would suspect a fast imp from an opponent who actually clicked up earlier than you. But Yo-Yo, apparently, Monastery, Siege Workshop, he's fast imping this with 31 vills. I guess he's queuing a couple more. But this is absolutely ridiculous as he sells the stone. And we are going to see, I guess, hand cannon Hussar. I think it would be a huge mistake to go like monks and siege versus the Aztecs here. When I play Turks myself, I actually prefer Trebs to cannons just because it sucks so much to get your bombard cannons converted.
Yeah, and now we have the Imperial Age click. Very, very early. It's going to be like a 21-minute Imperial Age. Crazy. Soxs on the other side. He is going to grab relics. He is going monks. And he does have eagles out on the field. He will be adding his second town center at the moment. Fast
And
Imp is impressive, but what does this buy him in the early stages of this Fast Imperial Age? Bombard Cannon, Hussar?
you know what, man? I think he's just going to go bombard cannon, hand cannon, say, screw the monks, just bring the powerful units that he likes to bring. There's a good chance Soxs won't have enough monks with enough techs to deal with it. Hand cannons actually like perform excellently versus monks generally, and the Aztec monks only really get scary once you start getting enough techs to get their HP up to like 75, 80, stuff like that. And I have not seen Soxs get many monk techs at all. Soxs is going to be just completely shocked when he sees Yo-Yo hit Imperial here.
Yeah, and he is going forward with the Forward Siege Workshop right now. I mean, it is insane, but the relics are all being collected at the moment by Soxs. No backup behind this. And actually, there are archers on the field here.
Yeah, so much of this investment from Soxs is going to just perform so horribly versus this Imperial. This Forward Siege Workshop will get mopped up. These archers will just be outclassed by the hand cannons. Soxs should have a nice eco lead. Maybe he can compose himself and, try and just slow Yo-Yo down while he builds something up. But Soxs is going to need to, like, completely change his game plan on the fly now. He can't just keep doing a 3 TC boom.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to build another monastery forward. He does have the Siege Workshop forward. He already has one relic in, a second being returned. We'll go fetch a third soon. And Yo-Yo Dude behind this will be going into hand cannon. And there is the first bombard cannon. So hand cannon, bombard cannon. We do have crossbows being teched into and mangonels here. Mangonels. See, the range is actually, what, 6 on a mangonel?
Mangonels do not do well versus either hand cannons or bombard cannons, in my experience. I guess maybe it's just the Turk hand cannons with the extra HP, but mangonels just so often die from a single volley or a single cannonball. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best thing that Soxs can do is try to, like you said, idle the TCs. Try to do something else. I mean, not a single monk tech in yet. And crossbow is the tech. We only have 2 crossbows on the field, however. 1 range production. Mangonel is going to come out, take a shot, but 2 shots, not even a single kill. Very difficult position to be in for sure.
At this point on Arena, sometimes the opponent's just bringing, their completed strategy. They're bringing, a large army of units that are the result of a clean build. And if you're going to have any hope of defending, you just have to commit. Soxs, he's been teching into archers and whatnot. I guess he just has to hard commit to that and hope it works. But I have a very difficult time imagining archers alone dealing with this. Like redemption monks with a lot of extra HP to counter the cannons seems absolutely essential here, in my opinion. And Soxs just simply can't afford to go that direction while also building up the archers.
Yeah, I mean, he is getting down his 4th archery range, so he will have some production. Building another monastery in the back, probably to move the relics back. He did collect 4, and here comes the 5th relic, but they are all in the forward monastery, which will likely go down very quickly here. Top capped, unfortunately, so his production is being slowed. He's also getting infantry tech, so maybe going to try to swoop in with the eagles and try to do some damage. But these are just eagle scouts against hand cannons, not even elite eagle warriors going up against hand cannons.
Horrible decision to continue down into eagles here. They will just get one-shotted no matter how many upgrades he gets, I feel. I mean, like, I think the hand cannons do like 19 bonus damage or something, and there's like, 20 plus of them here. They're gonna kill multiple eagles in a single volley if they actually come to the fight.
Oh, and this extra HP, 50 HP on a hand cannon, only 35 per crossbow. I mean, it's going to be very rough. Hand cannons, the best thing you can do is try to catch them without the bombard cannons, without the hand cannons around. Although they will move in here, and they look to try to get at least one of them. Not even going to get one. And yeah, this is looking very bad. 20, just shy of 21-minute Imperial Age time. I mean, it's absolutely insane.
Yep, and Soxs is dead here. The only plausible defense he could get from the Bombard Cannons is Redemption Monks. He's not gone that direction. He's losing his base. I respect him for playing it out, but I'm sure Yo-Yo knows that he's won it at this point. He's played this strat hundreds of times. He knows how to micro this army. He's probably like lost from similar situations a few times, so he knows what holes there are to cover. And on the other hand, Soxs has probably never faced something exactly like this before and is just trying to improvise. As I said at the start, I think Yo-Yo's heavily favored here, and Soxs still has a home map in his back pocket for Game 3, so Soxs is still in fine shape in the series. But in this game, Yo-Yo has finally showed us his Turk Fast-In.
Yeah, and he's performed it well. The crossbows are very low in mass.
Yeah, I mean, the crossbows hypothetically can do okay versus the hand cannons, but not the bombard cannons.
When we're talking about most of the farming eco idle here, it's never going to be available for Soxs to click up here. I mean, hand cannons will be replaced if they were to ever go down. Bombard cannons is really the big issue, and it's just nothing that Soxs can do against that at the moment.
Yeah, but Soxs is just going to fight it out with his remaining army, and yeah, call GG as soon as they take a big shot.
GG indeed. Insane strat. I mean, Turks OP on Arena if you can pull off this kind of a build. I mean, 20 minutes and 51 seconds, I believe. Check the statistics, but
I mean, the strat has a weakness. Yo-Yo had literally no military for the longest time. Like, if a player went up on 23 into an FC into Siege and Monks, Yo-Yo would be, getting harassed as he's trying to pull off the final steps of his build still with no army. But I think that by clicking up to Feudal Age and then Castle Age so quickly, Soxs was very reasonable to assume that Yo-Yo was not going for the fast imp, and so it goes, man.
yeah, we will have a game 3 between these two, and we'll be on the home map of Soxs here. We'll pull this, guys, one more time. Here we go. The Turks with the victory. Aztecs loss. Will be Mongols, Burgundians available for Soxs, Huns, Italians for Yo-Yo. Load up into Game 3 decider match between Yo-Yo Dude and Soxs on Banano grounds.
All right, ready when you are.
3, 2, 1, go. Right. So it will be Mongols for Soxs. A solid selection on this lovely map. Obviously, lots of Hunt in the mid. And Huns on the other side benefiting from their ability here. Cav Archers being cheap, but not sure Cav Archers will work out so well against Mongols. We'll just have to wait and see if that plays out. Recent changes to this map have removed all boars to the center, and now much more difficult to get to Castle Age in a very meaningful time, and we do expect some feudal pressure. Scouts from Huns will be able to be produced quite quickly. Only one boar, Otter. Only one boar available now. Basically, forcing you to farm or go to collect the hunt in the mid. Obviously, there are some additional herdables in the center as well. Players will have to race to try to find them. Back home, you also have 2 deer, though, and you do have standard herdables, so...
I mean, the map has the least player-centered food of any map I've ever seen. I mean, often the deer are so far from your TC that you can't reliably take them in the middle, and I got to play some practice on this since the boars have been removed, but I feel like you almost need to start farming in Dark Age just to pull off any sort of build here now.
Yeah, it's definitely going to take a good bit of preparation to be prepared for this map. It is standard sheep. Leave. I don't think that was changed, although these two spawned quite far away from Soxs here. But woodline being taken very far from the town center here for Yo-Yo Dude in the corner, but he'll be able to wall that up quite nicely, and if archers were ever to come into play, or cav archers, he might be able to be safe back there in that little crevice. Wood lines have been modified a little bit as well to not be just like a 2 tiles of trees in the back. But ultimately, it definitely pushes players to do things in Feudal Age, which is kind of the goal behind this map, is to have feudal pressure here. A very long push for Soxs on this deer here. He will be pushing it from the middle.
He is jungle. I guess an extra strong argument could be made for him going out for deer as well. I really hope that he knew about the map changes before playing this, or else his Mongols plan really would be less effective than he was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, he is going to mill at home. I mean, he does have a good bit of scouting here, so I do believe he does not see a single boar, and he's scouted a decent bit in the center. Looks like he's just settling on pushing in the hunt from the mid here, which is not a bad situation. And then on the other side, we do have a lot of herdables still being used for scouts here for Yo-Yo Dude, as he has scouted much more of the map, kind of attests to the score lead at the moment. But it's going to be very important to see how everyone changes their strategies to this map. Soxs is pushing in extra hunt and taking the hunt at home. Seem to have a good bit of food in the bank. Idle TC time almost identical for each players. And a beautiful mill position here for Yo-Yo Dude, as there are quite a few deer in this area. Be very nice for him.
You say that, but Soxs is so close to clicking up. If scouts come out, these vills might need to run all the way back home before having had time to collect more than 2 deer or so. So I definitely don't mind this mill out here, but I don't think it's going to be very safe for very long.
Yeah, I mean, he will be able to click up now, right after Loom here. He's shifted a few more onto wood, obviously going into scouts with the build, I would very much imagine. And yeah, mill, see how long it stays out here. Hun's not the fastest at the collection here. Obviously, Mongo's much faster collecting. Soxs did negate to get 4 of his herdables, which is perfectly fine here. He will be up quite far ahead, it looks like. Yo-Yo Dude struggling to maintain the food, but he is going to bring in the deer. Looks like he will have enough to click up now. Will be about a minute behind stage.
I know that Yo-Yo's a pretty seriously build order oriented player. I'd imagine that a map like this would throw him off quite a bit. He's not having an especially competitive feudal time here, and I'm pretty sure Soxs has been playing the game longer. I kind of favor Soxs in a situation where players need to adapt to a map with very unconventional resources.
Yeah, but this is really bad for Soxs. He dropped the second lumber camp, and he dropped 3 farms. He will not have the wood to have the stable right away. Barracks even coming down late here, so his faster uptime really negated by that mistake. And the barracks is on the front here for Yo-Yo Dude, so he will probably make spears and try to keep his 5 on the front. He has also walled up this wood line on the back. that will be safe for the time being. Town center will be very open. Monkey is forward here for Yo-Yo Dude, trying to snag a Vil kill, it looks like. There will come the stable. Stable will be up, but much later than he would have desired here.
Unfortunate mistake by Soxs to forget to build that barracks early.
I think his mistake was actually the farming. He put 3 farms down, and they were just badly timed. And it will be double stable behind this for Yo-Yo Dude. So he will have the superior numbers. Will be sitting in quite a fine position when it comes to military count. Stables producing so much faster here for the Huns.
Yep. And Yo-Yo's economy should be like so superior if he's taking this deer, while Soxs is just struggling to do a little bit of farming. I mean, there's a trade-off you make when you take the deer. You get like incredible food income at the expense of probably a couple Vils dying to scouts. Soxs, though, has kind of failed to uphold the drawback there, not bringing the scouts and letting Yo-Yo just get away with that food for free. This is actually looking so good for Yo-Yo.
And double stable being the strategy here. He will outproduce, and already has outproduced military numbers, as far as 4 scouts to 2. And it looks very, very good for Yo-Yo Dude here, as he will have to scout this, and he's gonna have so many units to see this. Hopefully he realizes that his opponent has to have more of stable since it was up later.
Yeah, no, I mean, nobody suspects that 6 scouts are going to be rolling their way at this time. This should be really powerful here.
I think he'll be able to buy himself some time. He's going to produce a few spears here. Yo-Yo Dude going to dive on a Vil here, lose a little bit of HP, but causes a good bit of idle time, so can't complain there. Spears being produced, not exactly what Soxs wants to go with here. Population is even as far as villagers go, but 4 more military actually for Yo-Yo Dude already.
Yeah, but Soxs has done a pretty good job securing himself. Small walled his wood. Most of his farms are covered by the TC fire. Really doesn't have too much vulnerable here. These 6 scouts have not found any meaningful damage yet, but at the same time, Yo-Yo is just so flush with food from taking the deer in the middle that it's not like he's put himself behind by making so many scouts.
Yeah, spears take a very nice engagement against these 3 scouts, however, showing Yo-Yo Dude that there is no army at home. Yo-Yo Dude could dive under here and try to get some damage, and there is an overchop on the line in the back. Everything at home safe for Yo-Yo Dude, though.
Yeah, and these players are definitely showing that the wood walling meta has changed on this map for sure. This kind of like walling in such a high surface area of wood was not possible in the previous gens, but here both players securing themselves huge wood lines with just a few tiles of walls. I can imagine this is going to be seen a lot more in the future.
Yeah, will be a blacksmith coming down here. Yo-Yo Dude was able to snipe a villager there. Scouts forward. Looks like we tried to take out a Vil. One has already gone down. Looks like he may be trying to block the gold, or block the gold for now, and might even grab a Vil pickoff of his own here if he commits to it, and he does snag it. A very nice payback move there. Gets another Vil. Wheelbarrow for both players coming in at the same time. Stable. Only one scout here for Soxs.
But Soxs is actually looking like he might be able to get the Castle Age click sooner. He's a little bit behind, but whichever player gets the Castle Age first, I think is going to be able to do so much damage with the first few knights. If Soxs is able to get that click significantly faster, I think that he will have himself back into like parity, essentially, with Yo-Yo in this game.
Yeah, and there is a hole in that line there of buildings. There is another Vil out here that's exposed. The wood line is overchopped by 2 trees now. Fortunate for Yo-Yo Dude that this has not moved in yet. Does see the wall off on the gold, though. Will be paying attention to that. Spears should head in that direction as the gate opens. And now villagers are being very exposed and idled. Another will go down here.
That gate bug where the vills stand under it after opening it is so unfortunate. And in this case, seeing it in a tournament game, it's just so bad.
Yep, triple archery range being prepared behind this for Yo-Yo Dude, so he fully plans on going Cav Archers. Right, there's only one archery range thus far for Soxs. Yo-Yo Dude does click first. If we see Hun CA, obviously I would expect that Mongols will probably go the same, but we're not seeing that commitment just yet in the way of ranges. These scouts being left unattended here for Yo-Yo Dude, though. Two going down, even some HP coming off another. Villagers have finished all of those deer in the center there that they were taking, shifting onto gold, and it will be a fourth archery range coming down here for Yo-Yo Dude. He will be in castle about 40 seconds before Soxs here.
Yep, Yo-Yo with an eco lead. He's going to get up to castle quicker as well. Looks like he's going to be well prepared to field a bunch of CA. I'm not sure what Soxs is going to do here. I mean, he's obviously prepping to go knights. I think he could do all right here. I don't know. It's so hard to call this.
Now, he is adding a second archery range, though, so maybe he is going to go for that Cav Archer move. Obviously, faster or cheaper Cav Archers for Yo-Yo Dude, but faster firing for Soxs. I think I prefer numbers in the short term, though.
And Yo Dude has an eco which is a little bit more tuned for mass CA production, though I don't mind Soxs having a bunch of extra food as well. Adding a few knights to the mix, to send them around raiding, I think is definitely worthwhile.
10 Cav Archers queued immediately upon hitting Castle Age. There is no question the strategy here.
Yep, and these CA, I mean, even if the palisade walls get up, the CA are probably going to break through and run around the base. Soxs, though, he is going to have some military to defend himself. He's not queuing a single knight or anything. This is actually starting to look really worrisome for Soxs. He's going for the same strategy, but with worse numbers.
Yeah.
I don't see Soxs going in any direction that's going to be able to stop this right now.
Yeah, I mean, he is going to have that food economy, so maybe adding some camels could be good here. But Cav Archer numbers and cheap Cav Archers, nonetheless, will be difficult. It will be 2 TCs behind this, and there is not an overchop, but there's a down tree in front of these Cav Archers. A Vill did go down, so Soxs will further be delayed with his production here.
Looking at his resources, perhaps defensive skirm would be a good option. I mean, like, skirms do beat Cav Archers in a straight-up fight, and if they're playing the defensive role, they actually do get the job done.
Yeah, second TC going to come down behind this for Yo-Yo Dude as he at center of the map going piles here. Husbandry already on its way in here as well. Yo-Yo Dude will retreat to his numbers. Thumbring going to be in slightly faster, but 6 Cav Archers against 16 is not the fight you want to take. Soxs should just run from this, and Skirmisher looking like a fine plan.
Was actually planned, but going just CA versus CA with inferior numbers and a weaker queue ain't gonna work.
And Yo-Yo Dude is going to be able to break in here. He will be able to idle quite a bit of eco, and it's very overwhelming as Ballistics even coming in here. I mean, GG, well played. Soxs calls it here a little earlier than expected, but he was definitely on the back foot after this, man. I mean...
That's an early GG for sure, man. And now that I think about it, like a couple Scorpions or something could have pushed this back. The eco was about even. The game was not over, but I guess it was a psychological victory. The fact that he could have theoretically still won does not make it so. He called the GG. Very well played, Yo-Yo Dude.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate. It will be over so quickly, but Yo-Yo Dude pulling through here. In impressive fashion, the last two games have archers from Huns right after a double stable start, having competitive up times here. Not to mention the insane fast imp we saw in the previous game. Yo-Yo Dude holding out here for the victory, and we'll move on to the next round. Again,
I'm saying his next round opponent, however, is going to be a huge challenge for him. I'm familiar with his next round opponent. I think it's Bree is the name, and it is a true like 1400 to 1500 ranged player.
I will be challenging, but with that solid arena strat, hopefully he feels comfortable with that map going into it. Maybe getting a good game on Arabia, but always good to have these guys. And again, huge shout out to both these guys. They both played and made it to the finals of the low bracket, have entered this one, and seeded to face one another in this round yet again. Yo-Yo Dude will take the victory here, but you guys have both come a long way. Yo-Yo Dude will continue in the bracket, but huge shout outs to both of them. If you guys aren't familiar with the bracket and want to watch more, going to update the bracket here in a second. But if you do want to get caught up and do not wish to be spoiled, then go to YouTube and catch up on those. We are going to update the bracket in a second. And anyone interested in participating in Open Division, which will begin probably early February, maybe
I'd say at least
midway February. Yeah, it's looking probably more like mid-February. But if you are interested, it is open, no elo limitations whatsoever, and there is doc for that one. But again, we're gonna update the bracket now, so if you are looking to avoid spoilers, now is the time. We have played through quite a few of these games here. Obviously, we are still awaiting some. We did also cast some from the next round here. We only have two more sets from the first round, which is technically the round of 64 here, and see who moves on to the round of 32, which we have until the 16th of January for players to get those in, and I believe there will be a few admin wins moving forward here as well, so we'll see how things work out. But again, lots of fun. Looking forward to seeing how this one all shakes out. Jabari is going to be playing his game before too long, too. Jabari, where is Jabari? Going up against...
In the bottom half, I'm against Daisy Chain.
Daisy Chains. Alright. So, best of luck to you, good sir. Gonna be it for the night, though, guys. I have some YouTube content to work on. Discussion of team games in the Discord as of late, so some players, maybe if you are interested, there is the link to that as well.
Yeah, I'm actually planning to play some team games now if anyone's down.
Alright, well, GG's. Well played to all. Good luck moving forward. Jabari, anything else to say before we shut her down?
Excellent showing by Yo-Yo. I'm not going to complain about this rematch, and I'm very curious to see how he does in the next round. The guy's showing that he's a hardcore competitor. The fact that his next opponent is higher rated than him can definitely be negated by some prep and some spirit. And Yo-Yo, I mean, he's looking rock solid there, man. If I had to face him, I don't know if I could beat him right now. So best of luck to him moving forward.
All right, absolutely. Hope you guys enjoyed.